Hello, welcome to Module 1 of Chromebook Basics. This is the first video in the workshop. I'm going to go through some of the things that will help you successfully be able to pass the quiz at the end of this and pass yourself onto Module 2. You'll notice that my Chromebook is off. When you're completing these videos and these modules, please make sure that you're using a Chromebook, try things out, see what works for you, see if you can figure it out on your own. I am starting with a turned off Chromebook, and I wanted to show you how to turn the Chromebook on. This is one of the newer models of Chromebook. The power button, you'll notice, is on the side. It's the circle with the little line through it. On older Chromebooks, where this one has the lock button, this will be the power button on an older Chromebook. So I'm going to turn it on by pressing this button in and waiting for it to come on. You can see with Chromebooks, they turn on pretty quickly. We'll take a look at how to add accounts in subsequent videos, but for right now, I'm going to log in and then we're going to talk about some basic stuff. All right, so my Chromebook is logging in. And the first thing I want to show you is how to right-click on a Chromebook. This is one of the things that a lot of people struggle with, figuring out how you right-click on a Chromebook. So you can see I'm down at the touchpad, and I'm going to take my two fingers and spread them apart. And once I do that, you see the little submenu. That's how you know you're right-clicking. So you're going to take two fingers, spread them apart, and click on the touchpad. That is how you right-click. Another way is to hold down the Alt key and click on the touchpad. That will do the same thing. So with a lot of things, there's multiple ways of doing it, but those are the two ways you can right-click on a Chromebook. The next thing I want to show you are the cameras. So this is, as I said, one of the newer Chromebooks. So this one has two cameras. There's a camera. Kind of hard to see. There's one right here. So this is one if you were going to do video conferencing or something. This is where you would do it. There's also a camera right here. So this one is new. It has two. This Chromebook, as I said, is one of the newer ones. So it also does something really cool. It folds all the way over and it turns into a tablet. So you can see it's a Chromebook, but it also kind of looks like an iPad. And the nice thing about these is that they're touchscreen. So I can open things up using my finger on here just like I could with anything else. One thing to notice is that you'll notice that there's a keyboard on the back of it. Once you put it into tablet mode, that disengages the keyboard. So the keyboard won't work once you are in tablet mode. The next thing I want to show you is how you can switch windows quickly or see all the windows that you have open on your Chromebook. If you look on the keyboard, there's a key called the window switcher. It's the square with two lines on the side. If you click that, you'll notice that you see all the windows that you have open, and then it's easy to select the one that you want to work in. These Chromebooks are really sturdy, especially the ruggedized ones. So you'll notice they're rounded. They also have this rubbery stuff on the outside of them. That's so that if they get dropped, they're less likely to break, which works really well when we're using them with our students. One thing to keep in mind is that there are ways that Chromebooks can get injured. One way that happens a fair bit is that the keys get pulled off. So keep an eye on your kids. Make sure that you talk with them about what appropriate uses of Chromebooks are. I'm not assuming you're going to pull keys off, but sometimes students do. Another way to prevent students from pulling off keyboard is to have some accountability. So a student should use the same Chromebook all the time so that it's easy for you to know who's been pulling keys off. You can also think about at your school doing a carry model or a take-home model where a student is assigned a Chromebook for the whole year, and then if the keys get pulled off, we have a pretty good idea of who's been doing it. The second way that Chromebooks get damaged is when something's placed on the Chromebook keyboard and then somebody closes it. And this often happens with pencils or pens or little things that you don't really think about. Once that happens, when this screen touches this thing and you try to push it down with any sort of force, that causes the screen to crack. So one important thing to keep in mind is don't store things on your Chromebook keyboard, store it next to it. So I would take this case and put it next to it instead of on the keyboard.